Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're gonna do a Q&A. I'm gonna update you on a bunch of things that are going on. You guys asked so many questions. Also, you asked a few beauty related questions, so I have a few things set aside here. Beauty tips, tricks, techniques, new products, things like that, as well as like nitty gritty life stuff that I do wanna share with you guys. My last video, the Sephora one, I will link it below. I was in a rush. Oh my gosh. Thank you if you watched that video, but I was just like on my way to a meeting and like had a bunch of stuff that I just got at Sephora, and actually I was able to use a lot of it today and so much I am loving. I think I want to add in an extra video a week. I know that's kind of like, you're stressed out, why would you ever take on more in the middle of being crazy stressed out? But I'm thinking I want to do, even if it's like a 5-minute one product review, just like a bonus in the week. A lot of you guys on IG, when I asked what do you want to know about, ask me anything, a lot of people still are like, are you leaving YouTube? And absolutely no, I am not. I'm doing things on other platforms, yes, but I'm not gonna abandon YouTube. It's been a little bit of a struggle, but I am still gonna show up here, and I love long form content. I genuinely like talking and not feeling like, make it 60 seconds because people don't have an attention span. Like, I have a hard time doing reviews even with that, like, come on, like, talk fast. And I feel a little like out of body doing that. I'm keeping different things on different platforms, and we'll just kind of see how it goes, and I'm ever changing. And there is a heaviness on my shoulders. There is something that is just, that we need to talk about. There's been a lot of stress, and I want to share with you guys exactly what the biggest stress looks like. So let's dive in. The most asked question was about litigation. When is trial? You guys know trial is set for August. Do I think we will actually end up in the courtroom? I don't think there's a way that this thing ends well for either party. It's a lot of money to go through the trial, like literally so much money that I'm like, wow, I am dang near ruining my life, you know, like, but I also don't know like, I can't just back out. Like, there would have to be some type of a settlement, mediation, that type of a thing. It's really emotional for me because I've been in this legal battle fighting for Halo for about 4 years now, if you guys have followed along, which with your questions, I see that a lot of you have. I can't predict everything that's gonna happen. I don't know how things are gonna land, but I do feel like I owe it to you guys to let you know that I personally feel if Halo gets into the hands of the other party, I don't think the company will survive. And that's a really hard thing to look at. I don't see that there's a way for it to survive. And I want to give you a heads up that we do have stock of HSN. If you've been a fan of the brand and the formula, I would definitely recommend stocking up now. I don't feel secure with where things are going. I've spent millions to date fighting for this company. I don't know where the fight ends. I don't know what's going to happen, but I am being encouraged to at least think about letting go of Halo, just to get this whole mess behind me. And a part of me thinks maybe that's the right thing to do because I'm so destroyed by this and I'm ready to move on, and I do not want to work with this particular individual. Like, I do not. And I just want to let you guys know, to the loyal customers out there, before everything like kind of goes haywire, because trial date is set mid-August, I do want to let you know, if you want to purchase, we did bring Halo HSN back in stock and it is available now. Grab it while you can. Keeping Halo alive because so many people love the brand has been a personal expense for James and myself, and we've been willing to do it. So it has been really, really tough, and we've weathered the storm as best we could for as long as we could. But looking at trial, it is expected to cost us another $500,000. And as much as I want to fight for what I think is right, like, I don't know. This is kind of like what's been wrapped in my mind right now. Like, literally as I go to bed at night, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I am so anxious. Like, I don't want to be in court. I don't want to be in the same room with this person. I don't want to do any of it. And I kind of feel forced. I feel like I have no free will in the matter, and I'm like being forced to go through this. Who knows what's going to happen? It is very, very overwhelming, but I'm doing my best. I'll do another life update in September, and hopefully I will be a more calm, yes, woman, right? like, oh, you guys, I feel hormonal puffy and like dark circles. And I feel like this is like stealing every bit of like shine from me. It's just like dragging it out of me. And there's a part of me that feels the walls closing in. And I'm like, I have to get off the ride. Like, I have to get off this ride. Yes, I have lost a tremendous amount of money and time, but I want off the ride. We're going from legal to like laundry detergent question, which I'm like, whoa, okay. We have some like big variety going on with this Q&A. I'm gonna insert a photo of the laundry detergent that I use, that like when we travel and we stay in an Airbnb, like I go and pick up this laundry detergent because it's the only one that doesn't make my skin itch, and you can get fragrance free, or the fragrance ones are like essential oils and it doesn't seem to like whack out my skin or allergies. So it's a really, really good one. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but bing, we'll do like a little picture. Are you moving to LA? No. No. Good Lord, I don't know. We're definitely gonna keep our home in Texas. Like, my full-time place will be Texas. Do I see myself coming out to LA more often? 100%. Top 3 hair care products you cannot live without: Unite Texturizing Spray, the Texturiza, I think it's called. The Nioxin Overnight Treatment, love, swear by it. And the third one would be, can I just pick a brand? Like the bougiest. I talked about this in my Prime video, like legit, I'm back in love with Oribe. I know, but like Oribe products are just so top shelf and so good. Will you ever get a new wedding ring? Probably not. I don't know. I'm a little bit like, I'm focused right now on rebuilding my career. So for me, the idea of going and spending money on a ring, I'm like, I'm already committed, devoted to James. Like, we're good. I don't need a flashy ring to solidify that. And as sad as I am that I don't have the ring that I lost, I got legal bills to pay. I would like to bring Tati Beauty back, and that's going to be a monumental expense. And just life in general, like I'm just trying to get by. I have employees I take care of, and just more like adult, not fun things to purchase and tend to. But one day, like, that would be nice. It would be nice, but you know, it just kind of is what it is. Please come back to YouTube with long form Get Ready With Me. I still do those, but I've seen recently a lot of requests for like the more kickback, like 20-minute videos of just talking and painting the face. So I think right when I get back to Texas and I have my actual desk and a mirror and the whole setup, I for sure will be testing new products, painting the face, and chit-chatting. I have a couple brides asking about makeup longevity. Now I'm gonna show you. Industry super secret. This is a product you do not want to use every day, but if you have a big event, if you need something extreme, and you're willing to dry out your skin for whatever event it might be, a wedding would be a good event to do this for. Get yourself the fixing spray from Kryolan. You know, we have access to online beauty supply shops now where even if you're not a pro makeup artist, you can track this down. I'm sure you could find it on Amazon. This is like the elevated version of the one size setting spray. These are both aerosols. This one doesn't have any skin loving ingredients. This one has glycerin and a couple other skin loving ingredients. This is just like bare bones hairspray for the face. It does lock everything in beautifully. This is professional. This is meant for if you're gonna be under hot lights. There's no fluff in here, but it is truly a marvelous product. What I would do is use something that is a little more hydrating underneath this. I use MAC Fix Plus. I go in with this, like if I'm gonna be on live and I don't have time for touch-ups, I'll use something like this. And it works. Test it before your big event though. You wanna do like a test drive with it to make sure you don't have any irritation, that it's not too drying or uncomfortable on the skin, but now you know. If you want your makeup locked, super glued to your face, Kryolan. Kryolan products are amazing. Favorite breakfast? Eggs. Eggs. All the time eggs. Eggs with cheese. Cheesy eggs. I'm like a creature of habit, the same thing over and over and over. And like when I'm working out, the first thing I do when I'm done, eggs. What job would you have if you were not an influencer? I would be a makeup artist. Like that's always been my fallback. I'm like, hey, if this all ends, I can, put my little kit together and I can do makeup and it won't be a problem. I have a skill set that I can market and use, and I can do it from here until forever. So I always feel good that I have that to lean back on. I love doing makeup, and sometimes I miss the artistry of doing makeup on other people. With what I do here, I tend to only do my face. I am doing a friend's makeup for an event soon, which that'll be super fun because it's very rare that I get to actually be like the makeup artist anymore. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, I would just go back into freelance artistry and it would be fine. It would be okay. A lot of you guys are wanting to know about the 8-hour TikTok, which some of you really threw down in the comments. You're like, we're not here for this. We're never going to support you there. Good luck to you, but I can't believe you're doing that. And like, we all have a right to our own opinion. And I think like, that's why first thing in this video, I wanted to tell you guys that I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm trying to figure out how to reach my audience here more effectively, but I do want to explore other things that I feel I'm really suited for and good at. And going live is something that I feel like I'm naturally really good at, and it gives me something new to advance a skill set with. Like, I like learning, and sometimes with YouTube, it does feel like, wow, I've been doing this for so long. There's really not much more for me to learn here. I already know what's going on, and I don't get that like thrill or excitement. So the TikTok lives feel really fresh. There's a little bit of anxiety because like anything can happen. Like whatever I say, it's live, like it's right there. And there's no rewinding it, there's no cutting it out. So that's really different. It was exhausting. I've never talked that much for that long. I think we went close to 9 hours. And the next day I was like, oh my gosh, like I felt like I could feel my throat all the way down to my belly button. I'm like, this is the weirdest sensation. Is this healthy for a human being? I don't know. But I'm really excited to do them again. It's just been kind of cool, and I felt really, really supported in doing it. So that's been great also. What else? It's fun to have James involved. It's really fun to have him there, and he's been helping me out, like showing people how to add things to the cart and just like cheering me on and helping me with any of the problems while I'm live. It's been really cool. He let me laser him on the live, like literally the man sat there and I had the laser IPL device and I was like doing it on live. It kind of moved like this. We had guests, it was fun, and I think that there's a big future there. If you're curious about going live, do it. Like, why not? Have fun with it. It's not like exclusive to just me as a larger influencer. Anyone can do it, and I think that's incredible. If you have a phone, if you have an account, you have products that you enjoy, you can sell them and make money wherever you are in the country. You don't have to have fancy lighting. And I always think it's really exciting for women especially that have so much on their plates, maybe with their families, and they just don't have a lot of time, to be able to have that like side hustle, I think is a good thing. And I wish more people wouldn't see it as a negative. I feel like there's more power placed back into the individual's hands. I've always loved that about YouTube. Like, I would not be able to build a business on my own without a college degree. Like, I couldn't just walk in somewhere and be like, trust me, I know what I'm doing. I've got what it takes. I'm really happy that YouTube gave me the opportunity to be my own boss and to do things my way and to create a career, and I see that happening over on Schmick Schmock. And I think it's a good thing for many, many individuals that want to do a little side hustle, that want to share things they love. And also this, like, I want to share with you guys, I get to pick the products. It's not like I'm getting an email and a company's like, hey, we want to do a partner deal and we want you to say this and you have to say it like that and there's a contract. No, like, I don't have a contract. I can say whatever I want. I can share with you guys my favorite products, and I really like the freedom to do that. So thank you for your support over there, but I am still like, let's not panic. Let's not panic. I will still be on YouTube. Are you still on your journey with God? It's so interesting that people really, really want definitive spiritual answers from me. Like, I have to wear a definitive label, and I've never given you guys that. I've been open about my faith in God and higher power, and that I don't feel that this planet, like this earth experience, is it. I've had a near-death experience. I've had crazy spiritual encounters and experiences, and it just has shown me that there's so much more. But I've recently kind of shied away from even like DMing and responding back to people because it's gotten kind of aggressive. Anybody going through a pursuit or a seeking, I think it's really private and personal, especially if the person is choosing to keep it that way. and saying, hey, I'm not ready to talk about XYZ. And there's been a lot of pressure of like, oh, well, because you're not putting a label to this or because you're not sharing in this way, it means that you have backslid and it means that you are not doing a good job with it. And like, wild. That's not the energy. That's not what I'm about. The thing that I'm really, really into right now is letting go and being more neutral and not being so judgmental, like my way is better than anybody else's. Like that doesn't work. I don't think there's anything productive from that. So yes, I'm still very, very spiritual and in my faith. I'm just not in a place where I want to talk about it. But a lot of people still ask. And I understand curiosity, but when it gets aggressive, where people are like, clearly the devil has you by the neck because you're back in LA, Tati. And I'm just like, what? I get some weird comments and weird messages, I'm gonna go ahead and say, and it doesn't motivate me to speak more. It motivates me to be like, let's press the pause button here. You know what I'm saying? Do you drink alcohol or do you live alcohol free? Alcohol free 100%. And if I have one beauty tip to you from me, not drinking is a great way to stay youthful. It's so good for your skin. There are so many benefits. You save money. So if you're sober curious at all, life can be beautiful without it. If you're on the fence of like, hey, should I maybe try not drinking for a little bit? I love that I don't drink for so many reasons. And, I get that question a lot. Like, do you drink? No, I don't. And life is good. You shouldn't call work you do cringe because that's all I saw on your live. Oh, and GVC. You shouldn't. I'm confused by this one. I thought I was being sassed, but I'm like super confused. You shouldn't call work you do cringe. Well, I was teasing. I think that like live selling right now, like some of it is kind of cringe. If you saw my IG reel where I was like, we're gonna do it anyway. I think it's funny. And if people are going to say that I'm QVC, not GVC, like it's fine, whatever. It kind of is. Like how many of you guys are in my age demo? Like I grew up loving a QVC, like loving it. Like if I was cleaning the house, that's what was on in the background with women calling in and being like, hey, I bought the bundle and I love it so much. And let me tell you why. And like, I would like stop the vacuum or whatever. And I'd just like stand there and learn about makeup or whatever, skincare, and just like, I don't know. I've always been fascinated with makeup. So like anytime there was anything beauty related on QVC, like I was locked on that channel. I loved it. So for me, I'm kind of like, dude, I'm like living my dream. I'm having fun with it. And so are a lot of people. So I'm going to keep going. I wanted to share with you guys a couple of the home runs from the Sephora haul. This blush, this shade, oh my gosh, to die for. Cannot put it down. Strawberry Sunset from Mario. Yo, this is it. It is so perfect. Do not be intimidated by how bright it is. You can sheer it out. It wears all day long, like no joke. I came home the other night and I looked in the mirror and I was like, everything else is like off my face, but the blush was still there. And I'm just like, this is the shade. Also, I love Spritz from Say, the Dew Bronze. Never do I like these kind of applicators. This is the very first formula that I have been able to dot on the face and blend in without me being like, what a patchy mess. This blends like butter. It becomes one with your skin. You literally dot it on and you just, done. It doesn't pill, it doesn't patch, it doesn't dry down funny. I am obsessed. This is so good. And then also I got a new lipstick from Anastasia. I did not put this in the haul, but this is such a special shade. This is the shade Tease. It's their satin lipstick. I'm wearing it right now, and then I put the Sigma, the overnight mask on top, and I'm using a Maybelline liner, the Combo of Dreams. I will list it in the description box below. I think I need to make like a little short of like my favorite lip combos. I'll get into that. I can do that, and I think that would feel good. What do you guys think? Dating horror story, I have too many to count. I think the one that stands out the most is the guy that really loved my left eye, and I thought that was the weirdest compliment. And he was like lining up all of his lactose intolerance pills on the table, and it was giving creepy vibes. Like I was like, this is dangerous and I think I need to leave. Like you're just a little, Dating online can be dangerous. Ladies, be careful. Please be careful. I was an idiot for the way that I dated back in the day. But like I met some characters. The other one was a guy that told me, he's like, I just want you to be so comfortable and not insecure. And I just want to tell you, I love women with small breasts. And I'm like, thanks. like what? There's so many bad dates, but I like went on a lot of them before I met James. I was like a, not speed dater, but I was on Match.com because back in the day, that's what we did. And every night I would have like a different date lined up. I was like, I want to find my man. He is out there. And I just had like bad date after bad date after bad date after bad date. And then when I met James, I sat down and I'm like, I've been through it. And if you are not cool, I'm done. And that's when he said, wouldn't it be cool if this was it? And the rest is history. Someone says, I think James has gray hair but dyes it. Tell him to rock the gray. Both look great. He has a gray goatee that he dyes. I'm fully outing him right now. But his hair is like the thickest, most beautiful, luxurious hair, and he does not dye it. He is blessed with like the good genes to have great hair, but he does dye the goatee. I like it both ways. I don't mind the gray goatee, but he sometimes doesn't like it. And then that person comes back and says, what I mean is gray looks great on him. I will be sure to share that with him. If you could go back to your past self as a stranger, what would you tell her and when would you visit? What a deep question. I would go back to when I was starting YouTube. And it's funny because I feel like I have to tell myself this right now. Like I'm in this place where I'm like, I gotta tell myself this from my future self right now. Like just charge through, cannonball in. I'm doing a lot of new things that feel really vulnerable for me. Like honestly, going on live, it is sometimes a total show, okay? It is a mess. Like some people will say the most rowdy things to you that are just like so degrading and awful. And yes, that's a part of being an influencer, but I'm a human and it can impact me. But I want it to not stop me. That's the thing that I tell myself being on here is like, don't let it stop you. Because in the beginning of my career, I would let it stop me. Like I would feel bad about myself. I was oddly on YouTube age shamed a lot. People are like, 28 is too old to be on YouTube. How ridiculous. You look like a grandma. Ew, gross. Get offline, old lady. It messed with my head where I felt like I wasn't allowed to do certain makeup trends or wear certain clothes because I didn't want to look like desperate to be a teenager again. And like I wasn't even 30. So a lot of the hate back in the day I would look at. Like I would go to the websites and I'd be like, wow, people are saying that people would say that I looked like a Dr. Seuss character, and like that got in my head really big. It was the first time I had had so much thrown at me that I had to sort through and kind of figure out like who I am with so many people telling me what they see, what they like, what they don't like. And I guess if I could go back in time, I would just sit down with myself and share some of the future and be like, don't listen because it gets so much better, and continue to block it out and continue to find a way to go within and just trust who you are and how you were made and what you carry as far as a gift. And like my gift is I can talk to a camera in a room by myself for an hour at a time and feel like I'm connecting with a friend. And I don't know how I do it. I don't know why I love it so much. It's just a part of me. And now that I'm kind of doing more live, I'm getting that same taste, like that same feeling of people saying really crazy things and then kind of taking them into account and being like, maybe it is too young for me and maybe there's not room for me here. And then I'm like, wait. Like we've already been through this. And if I'd listened back then, I wouldn't have the career that I have, and I'm not going to listen now. So I think I would tell my younger self, don't beat yourself up. Don't be so serious about it. The opinions of others truly have nothing to do with who you really are, and to just go within a little bit deeper and a little bit more instead of trying to please everyone, because there is that famous saying that if you try to please everyone, you will please no one. And it is so true. All right, you guys, that was a pretty solid, juicy Q&A. I wanted to sit down and just have a little connect time. A lot of you guys are wanting longer videos too, so I hope this was a decent chit chat, catch up. Once I am back in Texas, I plan on doing more get ready with me's where I'm actually applying the makeup. I haven't had a desk or a setup to do that here, so I've been missing it, and I will hop back in as soon as I can. We're going home pretty soon. And just thank you again for your support. I love you guys so much. Go and have a good one, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.